Monday, December 3rd, Board of Control meeting. It is now 11 a.m. We have Trevor Macular serving as an alternate for Dan Brady. Joe Nani serving as an alternate for Dale Miller.
Here.
Mike Chambers serving as an alternate for Mike Dever. Here. Armin Budish.
Here.
Lenora Lockett. Here. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Minutes from November 26th. Are there any changes? Seeing none, I move to approve. Is there a second? Seconded by Mr. McAleer. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Minutes are approved. Any public comment?
No public comment at this time.
Thank you. No tabled items?
And no tabled items.
Okay, let's go.
May I call the roll for Dennis Kennedy? Sure. Item number 1 is BC 2018-872. It's a two-part item. Department of Information Technology, A, submitting an RFP exemption on requisition 44103, which will result in an award recommendation to Microsoft Corporation in the amount of $25,997.57, and is for the purchase of 11 Microsoft Surface Pro 6 bundles for use by wide area network and communications teams, and B, recommending the award in connection with said RFP exemption.
Good morning, Dennis Sullivan with Department of IT. As Andrea read, these are being bought through the State of Texas Director of Information Services joint co-op that was approved in January of this year. These 11 are spread among personnel from wide area network and communications. Some of the people are getting a laptop replaced. The majority of them are going from a desktop to this mobility, which will work out well. These are the people that run around through all the facilities, are in all the wiring closets, and they can easily tap into whatever resource they need with the mobility.
Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, I move to approve. Is there a second? Seconded by Mr. McAleer. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Item passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item, BC 2018-873, Fiscal Office, submitting an amendment to a master contract with various providers for residential appraisal services in connection with the 2018 sexennial reappraisal, and it's for the period October 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2018, for additional funds in the total amount not to exceed $139,773.65 for providers A through AK as listed on the printed agenda.
Thank you. Lisa Rocco, Fiscal Office. This amendment is to pay the retainage for the residential contractors. We had asked them to do additional work for us during this summer due to the extension of time for the informal hearings. There's no increase in the overall contract amount. What we're going to do is decertify money from the commercial contractor portion of the contract and recertify it to the residential to pay the retainage for the appraisers listed.
Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, I move to approve. Is there a second? Seconded by Mr. Nani. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Item passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
The next item is a three-part item. Item number BC 2018-874, Department of Human Resources. A, submitting an RFP exemption on requisition 44043, which will result in an award recommendation to Audio Visual Services Group, LLC, doing business as PSAV, in the amount not to exceed $4,691.50 for audiovisual services in connection with mandatory county employee ethics training being held on December 17th, 2018. B, recommending the award in connection with said RFP exemption, and C, submitting a use license agreement with SMG Huntington Convention Center of Cleveland for use of facilities located at 1 St. Clair Avenue, Northeast Cleveland, in connection with said employee training.
Good morning, Pat Smock on behalf of the Department of Human Resources. Public officials and employees are required to complete this annual ethics training. The first required sessions when that began in 2011 were live, and subsequently they've been on video. Ethics training obviously is critical to the daily work of county employees, and so the vision moving forward is to have live trainings every 3 years so we can update and refresh the message and ensure full engagement. This year the live sessions will include a presentation from the Inspector General as well as a guest speaker from the Ohio Ethics Commission. The agenda item, as Andrea read, includes a zero-cost agreement to utilize the convention center and then the fee for the audiovisual. And we appreciate your consideration of this request.
Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, I move to approve. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Nani. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Item passes. Thank you.
May I call the roll for Ned Baker? Thank you. Next item, BC 2018-875, Department of Public Safety and Justice Services, recommending an award on requisition 42680 and to enter into a contract with Vasu Communications, Inc. in the amount not to exceed $24,994.50 for on-site reprogramming and update services for 950 VHF mobile and portable public safety radios. And it's for the period December 3rd, 2018 through March 5th, 2019.
Good morning, Mary Beth Vaughn from Public Safety. And as Andrea has read, this is for reprogramming 950 radios for Lorain County. You'll remember that the State Homeland Monies is a regional grant. The last time Lorain County programmed these radios was in 2008, and this will also address any coverage gaps that they've identified since then. We issued informal quotes. We did receive 2 quotes, but we're making an award to the higher of the 2 vendors. The difference in price is $79.50. And the reason for going for the higher vendor is because the lower priced vendor only quoted with 1 software and cable. And we actually specified that there were 5 radio types to be programmed. And also the lowest price vendor was less willing to work with the fire departments when it came to scheduling the reprogramming.
Thank you. Questions? Seeing none, I move to approve. Is there a second? Seconded by Mr. McAleer. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Item passes. Thank you.
Next item, BC 2018-876, Department of Health and Human Services, recommending an award on requisition 43877 and enter into a sole source contract with United Way of Greater Cleveland in the amount not to exceed $277,333 for community resource navigation and med refer services to residents of Cuyahoga County. And it's for the period January 1st, 2019 through December 31st, 2019.
Good morning, Sabrina Roberts from the Department of Health and Human Services. This is a contract with United Way of Greater Cleveland, who owns the copyright to a one-of-a-kind database of more than 4,000 health and human services agencies. United Way 211 is the only entity authorized and accredited by the Ohio Alliance of Information and Referral Systems, Ohio AIRS, through the PUCO, Public Utilities Commission of Ohio, to provide the 211 coding. They answer over 160,000 requests for assistance in navigation, and the entity takes on about 59% of the calls from Cuyahoga County of all their service area.
Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, I move to approve. Is there a second? Seconded by Mr. Nani. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Item passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Consent agenda items 877 to 881. Does anybody have any questions? Seeing none, I move to approve the items. Is there a second? Seconded by Mr. McAleer. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Consent agenda items are approved. Other business.
Yes, we have mission critical items. We have 4 from the Department of Public Works. The first mission critical item is on requisition number 44105, an award to Joshen Paper and Packaging in the amount not to exceed $24,500 for janitorial cleaning services. And the funding source is Internal Service Fund, General Fund.
Good morning, Tom Pavich, Department of Public Works. Requesting mission critical approval. This is a not to exceed department order, $24,500. The award would be for Joshen Paper and Packaging. The service is janitorial cleaning supplies. We did this through BuySpeed. Joshen was the only one that gave us a quote. It's a not to exceed order is needed. It's for sanitizing wipes, paper towels, toilet paper. This is a holdover until we get a new contract in place for related commodities. The award recommendation for the new contract is actually going to be going out today, which will be Public Works' first reverse auction contract, which netted some significant savings. I think Lenore can attest to that. But this is a holdover until we get that in place.
Thank you. I move to amend the agenda to consider the item. Is there a second? Seconded by Mr. McAleer. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? The agenda is amended. Any questions on the item? Mr. McAleer.
Tom, just in terms of it being, excuse me, a mission-critical item versus just regular hitting the agenda, can you just talk a little bit about
So
the difference?
with this being year-end, we're always up against multiple challenges. The requisition deadline to get something approved and encumbered this year was November 2nd. So between November 2nd until the funding is reopened in January, we have a restriction. So that's why you see a lot of mission criticals. That way we can get services approved. We give the notice to proceed as well as we get the money encumbered and the vendor paid within a reasonable amount of time. And this is a similar case where we know we're low on our existing DO for these commodities, and we don't want to wait until the end of January.
We're authorizing as we go. I mean, we're not
Yeah.
stopping the toilet paper from coming, so we wanted to
Exactly.
make sure we had the coverage continuing even though we were authorizing.
Oh, no, I understand that part, just in terms of actually getting it on an agenda versus mission-critical.
Well, mission critical is generally you're authorizing ahead of time, and that's what we've been doing. The concern is there's going to be overlap between we run
Yes.
out and.
As we're using the existing DO, we know we're going to be low.
Yeah.
So
The other voice was Mr. Chambers. If I can have you introduce yourself. Any other questions or comments on the item? Seeing none, I move to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. McAleer. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes. Thank you.
Second mission critical, recommending an award on requisition 44217 to Concord Road Equipment in the amount not to exceed $6,995.14 for airport de-icing truck repair, and the funding source is Airport Operating Fund.
good morning, Tom Pavich, Public Works again. This item we authorize mission critical. This is the repair of the airport's only de-icing truck. The control system for the actual sprayer broke. It's an older model truck. It's a 1996 International, still in good shape, but a lot of the parts are obsolete. So the control system for the sprayer had to be replaced.
And in fact, were they replaced?
The sprayer system, so on the back of the truck, you got the sprayer for the runways. That entire control system had to be replaced.
And it was replaced.
Yes.
I move to amend the agenda to consider the item. Is there a second? Seconded by Mr. McAleer. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda is amended. Any further questions? Yes, Councilwoman Baker.
The repair was?
It was, I'm sorry, $6,995.14.
And what is the price of the truck? I mean, it must be a pretty expensive truck for a
It's a
$7,000.
larger international. I can let you know exactly. I just don't know.
Think you might be replacing, given it's a 1986?
I have not heard any rumbling or any chatter with that being one of the hot items to replace. This truck's only used
Right.
a few months of the year. So my guess, and I'm making an assumption, it has lower miles. But when a truck is used for the runways and the actual main component breaks, we have to replace that. So
7,000 repaired seems high, but perhaps not for the,
if it's one of the larger trucks, it could be pushing six figures.
wow.
So
Okay, thank you.
Further questions? Mr. McAleer.
From the county executive's question, when, the rec I see is dated on the 3rd, but when was the service actually provided?
We went,
when did it?
Mike Chambers of
With
Public
the-
Works again, we got the call, I believe it was a week ago.
It was a week and a half ago, I
And we
believe.
authorized it then to get it
Within the
going.
last week or
Yeah.
two. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it was just a few days before that snowfall, and I think it snowed on Tuesday.
Any other questions? Seeing none, I move to approve the item. Is there a second? Seconded by Mr. McAleer. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mission critical item number 3, recommending an award on requisition 43971 to Star Concrete in the amount not to exceed $24,900 for Harvard Garage Retention Basin Overgrown Branch Removal Services. And you don't have a funding source.
Sanitary sewer
Oh,
fund.
thank you. Look at that. Sanitary Sewer Fund.
Mike Chambers, Public Works. On this particular item, we were trying to go through the normal process but we are getting closer to the end of the year, and not to mention, last week we called the vendor, and we had authorized them to go ahead and proceed on Friday in order to get this thing. They can schedule it on Wednesday to get it cleaned out. So this is why we presented the mission critical.
I move to amend the agenda to consider the item. Is there a second? Seconded by Mr. Nani. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item is amended. Is there any questions? Seeing none, I move to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Nani, all those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Item passes. Thank you.
Mission critical item number 4, recommending an award on requisition 44089 to the Plain Dealer in the amount not to exceed $800 for a legal advertisement for a revenue generating RFP, and the funding source is Airport Operating Fund.
Mike Chambers, again with Public Works. On Friday, Mike Dever authorized Lenore and her team to proceed with the advertising in the Plain Dealer for this particular item. The director felt it was very timely that we wanted to get this thing out as soon as possible, and that's why we authorized Mission Critical.
I move to amend the agenda to consider the item. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Nani. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda's amended. Any questions on the item? Mr. McAleer.
On the date, it says, it looks like the rec was dated a couple weeks ago. Is there just a reason why it didn't come forward the last couple weeks?
What was happening was we anticipated this coming out sooner, but there was continual changes into the actual RFP draft, and we finally got it all hammered. Tom?
We had the holiday in there as well, so.
Introduce yourself.
Tom Pavich, Public Works. Apologize. We had the holiday in that time period between then and now as well, so we lost a couple days there, so.
Okay. Other questions? Seeing none, I move to approve the item. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Nani, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any other business?
No other business? And no public comment.
I move to adjourn. Is there a second? Second. Seconded by Mr. McAleer. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you.